Hey, how's it going? This is Fred. I just wanted to bring this quick video to you guys, um, just to let you know exactly what it is that I go through on a day-to-day. So today I spoke with a potential client, and they were going about telling me in a roundabout way that they had a bunch of issues going on, and they'd already spoke with a couple of other credit repair companies, and the credit repair companies wanted to uh, sign her up as a client. After my discussion with her, though, she didn't seem like she was a good fit, just because of all of the issues that she had going on. Um, and that's what I want to talk about. When should you know, as a person trying to sign up for credit repair services, when is a good time for you to know that maybe this company just isn't right for me? So the purpose of this video here is to give you my perspective on it, right? Because I don't take on every client who comes to me. Every potential client who wants to come to me and get started with services, they're not all a good fit. And the reason being is, now that I've transitioned over to the new brand, and I'm going to talk about this continually, um, and I also want to talk about the reasoning behind the transition. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is, when should you know that this company isn't right for me? If they're telling you things like, yes, we can help you with that, yes, and they're alluding to being able to work with you, um, it's not really a good fit for that person or that company. And the reason being is, you can't promise results. Yeah, we take people in with the hopes that we can get things removed or repaired. The credit repair is not getting everything deleted. That's not what credit repair is. And a lot of times, most of the clients that I have or have brought through or turned down, that's what they thought credit repair was, is that we're going to get 100% of the negative information off. And that's not it. That's not what's happening here. Okay. So with the credit repair company, when you're dealing with somebody and you're talking to them, if they continually make the assumption that they can clear stuff off of your credit report, you want to steer clear. They might be able to do those things, but at what expense to you, right? Are they doing things legit? Are they using factual disputes? Are they using the actual law? Are they using the actual credit report to see exactly what's on the credit report? Because I've yet to see an initial credit report that's 100% accurate. I've even gone through accounts where they've come back and they said the furnisher verified it. Then the furnisher sends me the information of what they're reporting, and when I cross-reference what they're reporting in the letter as opposed to what they're reporting on the credit report, there's all kinds of discrepancies. So here's a copy of the letter that we received. Okay. So as you can see, it has the date the account was opened, which is January 12th, 2018. The date that it was charged off, which is September 28th, 2018. And it was paid in full on June 8th, 2021. So looking at this information, it doesn't even address all of the things that we've requested. Like, this is just hearsay that they're telling you that this stuff is correct. Just because they say it doesn't mean it's true. We want the financials to see what backs them up. How did they come to this number? How did they know how much needed to be paid? We asked for a bunch of stuff. They didn't respond. This is what they responded with us. Okay. Then they go on to say that at this time, and this letter was written on September 20th of this year. Today is October 6th, so just a couple weeks back. At this time, right, our records indicate that your account is accurately reported as paid in full, was a charge-off, and you currently do not have a balance owed. However, and this is a very important part, we regret to inform you that at this time we cannot update or remove this account from your credit report. So I want you to take close consideration into what I just read here off of the letter from this creditor. Okay, so now based on the letter that they sent, this is the actual credit report that's reporting on the credit report. So they said that the last payment was made on June 8th, 2021. That's this box right here, last payment. So TransUnion is reporting June 8th, which is what they say. Experian is reporting June 8th, which is the date that they say. However, Equifax is showing a complete different date. So it can't be one or the other. This is showing that it was paid 3 years ago, 2018. So these are the inaccuracies that we're talking about. Now, they said that the account was closed on September 28th, 2018. That's when it was charged off. However, TransUnion is showing it was closed here on the 17th, 11 days prior. Experian and Equifax, they're not even reporting the date. So now this becomes incomplete. And when there's incomplete reporting, it becomes misleading. And that's a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay? And then again, on the date that the account was open, they reported it was opened on January 12th. So TransUnion is reporting that date, January 12th, up here, date open. And Experian is also reporting a different date, which matches with Equifax, which is January 1st, 2018. So that's a discrepancy. But if you look at the report, there's a whole lot more discrepancies found. And let me show you. This is a change. See? This is what we're talking about when we say discrepancies found. So the balance is wrong. It's 3 different amounts for the high balance. Sorry, I had to check something real quick. But as you can see, the high balance is inaccurate. The date last verified, TransUnion shows it was verified in August, right? But Experian and Equifax aren't even reporting a date. So did they actually even do the investigation that we've requested? See, these are the little things that you have to look for. And I can go on and on about talking about everything that's incomplete or inaccurate. You could press pause and just look at what it is that we show here. And all of this information needs to be verified. They can't just tell you it's verified, right? Just because they say it doesn't mean it's so. We need actual proof of where they got the information from. So as you can see right here, there's a bunch of discrepancies, a bunch of inaccurate information, yet their letter says that they will not make any corrections. They will not make any updates. So now that we have that, we also have leverage that they've refused to conduct a reasonable investigation. And now, it's at this time that we're probably going to see if we can refer them out to an attorney for review. Okay. So I wanted to show you that. Let me get back to the video. So 1 second. So there's no need to lie. There's no need to file false police reports and false affidavits to the Federal Trade Commission. You don't need to do that. You just need to use the facts. Something that's a little bit different from us than most other credit repair companies out there is we're going to file complaints with the Cfpb. We're going to provide them information of what we've sent out to the bureaus or to the furnishers. And that's why it's very important, if you are to work with us, and if we do take you on as a client, it's very important that you send us every single document that you receive, no matter how little you think it might have to do with what's going on. But once you come on as a client, we review every single document because we want to make sure, I'll turn this down again, I want to make sure that we are able to provide a paper trail in case we need to refer you out. And when I say refer you out, we may want to refer you to a consumer rights attorney to file a lawsuit. Now, this won't cost you any money. If they are to take your case, they will take it on a contingency basis, meaning they will not charge you anything. What they do is they bill up their hours and they charge the furnisher in court. Okay, so whatever that comes out to. Usually what happens is they will work out a settlement to get the account removed and maybe get you $1,000 for the violation. But they're going to get paid on top of that. So it's very important that you guys keep this in mind, right? As far as why I wanted to make the transition, let's go ahead and talk about that because this is very important. What I've noticed, and I've helped a lot of people, guys. I've helped a lot of people. And what I've noticed over the years is the one common denominator for people having bad credit is that their budget is not in order. They don't know how much money they spend on a day-to-day. They don't know how much money they're bringing in. If I ask somebody, how much is your paycheck? They always guesstimate, round up, round down. I don't know, but it's never the right amount. So the purpose of the transitioning was to focus more on the finances, to get the finances in order. Because once you get the finances in order, everything else will be able to flow like water, like Bruce Lee said. So that's what we want to do. We want to make the transition for you having bad credit. We want you to learn how to properly budget your income, know exactly your expenses, what's going in, what's coming in, what's going out, right? When I ask how much is your water bill or your cable bill or cell phone bill, any of these bills, they change on a month to month. They're rarely the same exact amount, okay, unless you're dealing with like a car payment, something like that. Another thing, I make recommendations to clients all the time, and it's a very low number of people who actually follow every single recommendation that I'm able to make, okay? And I'm not making the recommendations just because I feel like it's something to say. No, there's something behind that. If you don't have any credit cards, I'm going to recommend that you open 3 revolving accounts, and more than likely, if you're having bad credit, you're going to have to get secure credit cards. There's no way around it. You're going to have to put money down, and you can't spend more than 10%. If you spend more than 10%, it's going to affect your credit usage. Now, you might hear me always talk about credit utilization. I'm always talking about that. How do you get your credit utilization? You take every single one of your credit cards, you take your balance, and you divide it by your credit limit. That will give you the percentage. Anything over 10%, you want to make sure you pay it down to get it under that 10% limit. I always tell clients 10% because it's an easy number to remember, but the perfect number is anywhere between 1 to 7% of your credit limit, okay? I want you guys to know that's 30% of your score, okay? 30%. So when you take a FICO score starts at 300. If you don't have anything, there's no 200s, there's no 100, there's no 50s. That doesn't exist. 300 is the lowest score you could have. 850 is the highest score you could have, okay? So when I'm telling you go get these credit cards, it counts as 30%. That's 165 points. So let's say you come to me and you have a 500 credit score, right? By getting 3 cards, now you're going to start addressing that 30%. So you can get, usually people get anywhere between 80 and upwards of 100 points added just by adding the credit cards, right? But then there's another section that this covers, which is a credit mix, okay? Because they want to make sure that you know exactly how to pay your bills, that you can manage your bills. So they want to make sure, that's why we say 3 revolving and 1 installment. What's an installment loan? It could be a personal loan, a student loan, automobile loan, so some type of vehicle. Okay, that's another thing. If you're trying to buy a car, please, please, please don't sign anything that's over 15%. I don't want you to sign anything over 10%. That's just way too much money. It's way too much interest. You're not going to be paying anything down on the car. I have so many clients who come to me with a interest rate over 20%, and it kills me. One of my clients had a $1,000 payment. It was like $9.98 a month, and the payments were barely going down, like $20-$30 every month. And I was like, what's going on here? They had already made several payments. So these are the types of things that I want to help educate you on, because if you're not involved in the process, if we're just sending you recommendations and you're not actually doing the recommendations, you're not involved, you're not going to see all this stuff. That's why with the new brand, we are going to be on a call at least once a month. Right now, we're trying to figure things out, how we're going to structure everything. But at this point, it's at least 1 phone call a month where we will schedule an appointment for you to get on a call with me. and I'm going to go ahead and go over everything, because, and then after our call, I'm going to give you homework, so that way we can discuss it on our next call. What were you able to do, right? Because we want to make sure that you stay actively involved in this, right? You got to get your finances in order. I know this is a credit repair thing, and we're talking about credit, but credit will have nothing to do with anything until you get those finances in order. If you don't have enough money to pay your credit card, that's where the finances come in. Are you short every single month? You got more month at the end of the money. What can we do to help increase those numbers? How can we get you more income? These are things that we want to talk about. I know a lot of times people don't want extra work. There's ways about going out and getting extra money. You can become an affiliate, for other companies. I have an affiliate program, right? Refer somebody to me, we're going to pay you. If they get signed up, we're going to pay you. That's just how it works. I mean, it's a word of mouth business for me, right? I'm not out here paying money to go, get seen by everybody. I'm strictly word of mouth because I just want to be focused on a specific group of people who really want to make this happen. What I stand for is having good credit through your finances, which will create a lifestyle that you can live by. That's why under my name, credit, finances, lifestyle, those three things. If you follow the program, if you work things out the way that we suggest, things will only look up for you. Okay. How long does it take? Can't tell you that. We don't make predictions. We don't make recommendations. We can tell you averages, but average is just an average because some people have a shorter time average and other people have longer time averages. We just can't tell you because everything is different, right? The bureaus are not doing the things they need to do. Like I told you earlier, the furnishers aren't doing things that they need to do. So I can't tell you how long it's going to take. I can just tell you that by working with me, I promise that, it'll be money well spent because we're going to deep dive into everything. And it starts with your finances. It's the number one thing. That's the number one common denominator that's hurt so many of my clients is that they don't have their budget properly set up. So by setting up your budget, you'll be able to do what you really need to do. So with that being said, I just want to thank you. I'm going to be out here. I'm going to be coming out, bringing these videos to you guys. I want to make sure that you guys are able to do the things that you want to do. The only thing you really need to do is to get started, right? With me, with somebody else. If you do want to go with somebody else, ask questions. Send me an email. I'll be happy to put a list together of questions for you to ask. Are you working with just credit bureaus? Do you send out furniture letters? What type of furniture letters? Are they going to the original creditor? Okay, what are you sending the original creditor letters for? Is it just for charge-offs? Is it for late payments? What is it, right? Do you have student loans in default? These are all different types of services that you're going to have to deal with, right? So normal credit repair companies, they don't deal with those student loans, right? You might need to do a rehab. You might need to do consolidation. They don't do that stuff. It's not on their radar what other things that they do. So are you actually getting the best bang for your buck when you deal with a company, the other types of companies out there, right? Are they sending out letters to collection agencies? How are they sending them? We use something called a power of attorney, so we can go ahead and send letters on your behalf from myself, right? So there's a lot of things that we do that are different from the traditional collection agencies, the different credit repair companies, out there. So you just have to know your worth, because I know my worth, and I know what I bring to the table is going to be well worth it for you. So, the only thing you need to do is, reach out to me. In the description below, I'm going to have a link that you can schedule an appointment with me. Give me a call, right? give me a call and let me know what questions you got. I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. So, again, my name is Fred Livai, and I want to welcome you, to my channel. Welcome you. Thank you for watching this video. And if you think this will benefit somebody else, share it with them. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like. I appreciate it. So with that, you guys have a good day.